Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Friday night Super Metroid Zelda 3 Combo Randomizer race. I am Big Bot coming back in after quite an absence, and with me is Nitorific. How you doing, Nito?
Doing well, thank you.
All right, tonight we've got MM2 and Farfalu racing on the stream. Nito, if you could check the race time, let us know who we've got off stream.
We also have Hydropower, Flip Heel, PP Chan, IQ, and V2 Nitro racing.
Alrighty, we've got the signal. We should be underway momentarily. Real quick, where are you hoping we see some progression?
No, I'm good with a nice, straightforward seed, no trolley locations.
I always want to see progress at Showcase Showdown, but that's because I'm a mean person.
Well, with the boots being freebies, odds of something being very trolly are significantly lower.
Indeed, this is for those who might not be familiar with this. We're doing 774 boot start normal. Normally applies to Super Metroid tricks. It won't require anything that the game doesn't show you. 774 means we need 7 crystals to enter Ganon's tower, 7 crystals to damage Ganon, and all 4 Super Metroid bosses need to be defeated.
So to elaborate a bit on the not having to do anything the game doesn't show you, the worst thing you'll have to do potentially are vertical infinite bomb jumps, because the attract mode of the game does show Samus doing infinite vertical bomb jumps, but the straight up kind, not the crazy difficult ones.
Hey, we've got our first sword at the Sanctuary. That was fast.
Boots and sword, let's go. All right, I'm tracking too.
All right.
Wait, does he have a sword?
Yeah, Farfalu grabbed this blue boomerang and night shield in Sahasrala's closet.
Yeah.
All right, MM2's got his first. Ooh, tree pull interrupted by that looks like a crow, but I don't know what Link to the Past calls those.
A kind of version of the murder bird.
Ah.
Because that one
Right.
gives up eventually.
Ooh, that's the magic powder at the lumberjack ledge. Probably won't be seeing that.
Well, if you wanted a trolley location, that powder is for exactly 1 check.
And that would be the magic bat, if I recall correctly.
He could have progression, but odds are pretty good he won't.
Yeah, all told between both games, there are 316 item locations. 100 in Super Metroid, 216 in Link to the Past. So the odds of that anything being at that particular spot, vanishingly small, but it can happen.
MM2 killing a few extra mobs to get another triple.
Yeah, both our runners have 4 bombs. That should pretty handily get them through the Sphere Zero checks. That's Kakariko and the associated areas.
It will. Normally you want more bombs for the mini Moldorm cave, but they have swords, so they don't need bombs to kill the Moldorms. But they still need a couple of bombs for the village.
All right, Farfalu's into Blind's basement. There's 5 checks here. We would like some more rupees so we can pay the bottle vendor to see what he's got. That's a 100 rupee check.
There's usually enough money, just with the pots and a big 20 or 2.
Yeah, Farfalu finds our first pack of power bombs. Magic number there is 3. Once you've got 3 packs, that's enough to get through Torian without having to backtrack to refill ammo if the ice beam doesn't show up.
You don't have stuff to... Yeah, 2 packs is what you need to be comfortable for Bryn Loop.
Gotcha.
15 means you never have to refill them. You don't have to farm a couple more, but...
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
There's always a pack of power bombs in Sphere 1. We're not like
Far,
the old days.
Farfaloo found the spacer in the back of the well. That's welcome. Spacer is welcome early on, but later in the game, once you've got the plasma beam, you don't need it. So the earlier you find it, the better it is.
It helps by making you able to kill 2 bugs in one shot instead of 2.
Indeed. All right, Farfaloo found a pack of blueberries. That should finish out the Sphere Zero checks for him.
Have we found a super pack yet?
We found 2, I believe. There was one in the there was one on the Lake Hylia Island, which we probably won't see. Then there was one in Blind Spaceman too.
We have our 1 Sphere 1 super pack.
All right, Farfaloo is not checking the race game before he does it. He's going to do this sight unseen.
With the boots, it makes sense. It's really fast.
Fair
And you're
point.
not you're not wasting a bomb since you're just bunking the wall. And there we go. That was worth it.
And that's our second pack of power bombs. That'll make the Bryn Loop relatively safe.
Comfortable, yeah. It's okay.
Ooh, tunic upgrade at Link's house.
See that? I always approve of blind checking the race reward, but with boots you're not really wasting a bomb, so it makes sense.
All right, Farfaloo's at the dam. Going to check the muddy item next. Gravity suit. How about that?
No E-tanks yet, so this will be welcome when fighting critters.
All right, Farf into the mini Moldworm cave.
That looked unintentional.
Yeah, probably. Alrighty, he's through the mini Moldorms, and there are 5 items back here.
Lots of love so far. Oh, well, there you go.
Plasma beam, and now that phaser is completely obsolete. Alrighty, checking the Ice Rock Cave, and I based on what we've gotten, if this is not progression, we have to go to Super Metroid.
No Morph Ball yet. But Morph Ball doesn't have to be in Sphere 1.
Plus
Oh,
5
no,
arrow
gonna-
capacity there, so that is nothing. I don't know what else is open at this point. I'm a little rusty. It's been a while since I've done this. That was an incredibly fast fake flipper. How did he do that? There's the bug net and 10 arrows at the Waterfall of Wishing, I believe that's called. Nowhere near enough money for King Zora, so
and still want to scout the ledge.
what'd you say?
Sometimes you just want to scout the ledge too.
So
'Cause
how exactly? Yeah, how did Farfalu do the fake flipper that quickly? I've never seen it done with
You
the
mean water
boots
walk?
like that.
Water
Water
walk?
walk, yeah.
You just have to dash near a hole, and then you just jump off a ledge onto the water. It has to be a southern-facing ledge, and you water
Interesting.
walk. It's once you know how to do it, it's very simple.
Yeah, I've never commentated a boot start race, so I didn't know that was a thing. Oh, right, we've got Hyrule Castle to look through. Duh. Uncle's got super missiles. That's some more. Yeah, backtracking for a sec. We found the high jump boots on the hobo. Well, there's our more ball at about 10 minutes in. And yeah, high jump boots, gravity suit, morph ball. A lot of Super Metroid is open right now. Yeah, Farp's going to finish up the castle loop. I presume MM2 is going to do the same.
You have a sword, don't need to use bombs, so why not? You're here too already. It's like what I like to do is, think of the opportunity cost of not checking something when you're already there. Like for instance, putting off wrecked ship can make sense because you're only ever 30 seconds and a reset away from it. But going to the castle, you're already there. Coming back here later might cost you more time. That's 3 sets of power bombs. That makes Brinloop very comfortable.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I kind of wish we'd waited a little longer to find that morph ball because one of my favorite things about the randomizer is seeing Super Metroid navigated without it. It's just the what you have to do to make it work is really cool to me.
Yeah, it can be in a lot of places. Even in normal, it can be. There was a normal weekly where Morph Ball was on the laser bridge.
I have actually seen that before. It is probably the worst feeling in this whole randomizer.
The funny thing about that weekly was that it was the second to last go mode item.
Now, there
You
was a
were
race
full.
I commentated last year where Morph was go -1. I don't remember. I don't remember exactly where it was, but that seed was that seed was just a dumpster fire.
Like MM2 is damaging down, so he can death warp and probably do. Yeah, he's gonna do dark cross.
All right, Barp is back into Super Metroid. He's doing the gauntlet. There's one item. There's a Chozo in here with one item, and then there's two items behind that.
It's slightly risky because he doesn't have a lot of health, but he has gravity, so he can quickly jump out of the acid if he accidentally dip his toe in it. But without various shoot, it hurts, and it hurts fast. That's hook shot.
How about that?
It's out of logic because he doesn't have a can fly, but this is a very simple trick that most people do all the time.
Can
Get
fly
up
is
there.
either Morphle bombs or infinite bomb jump or the space jump. So,
Or speed booster.
oh right, the shine spark to do that too. Right.
In the meantime, MM2 is navigating the dark. Found a big heart, and he's gonna go to the back. Oh, well, here's a cape.
Once we have Dark World, that puts Bumper Legend access, and I believe doesn't Cape let you get through the barrier to Aga 1 as well?
Yes, if you don't have a Master Sword, you can just walk through it with the cape.
All right, Farf on his way to Brinstar. There are a lot of items here.
And MM2 is now regretting sequence breaking the back of his game.
Yeah, nothing doing.
Makes sense. He had an extra key and he was missing 3 items, so. But Farfelu likes going after the big, dense item locations.
Farfelu gets the mock ball trick pretty handily. You do that by rolling into a ball and kind of doing a Hadoken motion at the same time, so that you keep your running speed while you're in the morph ball form, and that gets you under those grates that you'd otherwise need speed booster for.
The important part of the trick is not morphing until you almost touch the floor. If you do it too high up, you will just bounce and lose all your speed. So when you're about to hit the floor, you morph and hold forward.
In the vanilla game, that gets you early super missiles so you don't have to fight Spore Spawn. All right, Farf down into the Etacoons area. There's three items in this little bit of a loop. He's farming the B-toms for power bombs. That's a very good idea.
And there's
Gate
a
of
cane.
Samaria. Stacked early seed and grapple beam. And there's one more in this specific room. A bottle. That opened up the sick kid in Kakariko. And that was another mock ball we just saw Farf do. That one just to keep moving a little and get the bomb drop to plow through the blocks there a little quicker. And we are now in what we affectionately call Big Pink. Or power bombs. Welcome, but like I said, not necessary at this point.
Well, we might be seeing a trolley varia location, so they could use more power bombs for crystal flashes for Hell Running Ridley.
Fair point.
Although this is absolutely not in logic, Hell Running Ridley. Not in normal logic. And even in hard logic, the game expects you to have varia for lower Norfair, even in hard.
Yeah, Farfelu had to position himself at a very specific spot on that last screen so that he could fire a super missile to the open block, and that it would hit a block and break it off screen before it had a chance to despawn. This is how you get Spore Spawn's item, which in this case was just $20.
Farfelu is gonna do gate reverse gate glitch. It's pretty. Oh, you just remembered you had high jump boots. You have to do it from the doorway if you don't have the boots, but with the boots you just put your back against the wall, jump straight up and shoot a super.
Yeah, that's another acceleration related glitch. The way you fire the super missile has it pass through the gate without interacting with it because of where it is up from one frame to the next.
It's also called the reverse gate glitch because you're only able to shoot through the door, the gate from the right side, but here it's possible from the left side.
Yeah, doing that from the right side, that is how you check the Gol Torizo Chozo without fighting Gol Torizo. Green Hill Zone item is half magic. This seed is early stacked.
It's always a little annoying to find half magic in Super Metroid because it doesn't give you the free refill that you get when you find it in Link to the Past.
Oh yeah, that's annoying. And that's 3 energy tanks. We now have enough to fight Mother Brain and beat her.
MM2 just pulled off Mission Impossible escape.
Nice.
You drop down, grab the item, and jump back up before the block materializes. But to do that, you need the high jump boots, and you need to be falling while spinning. So you wall
Right.
jump off the pedestal of the item.
Retro Brain E-Tank is just a aero capacity upgrade, and Beta Missiles is another E-Tank. And now we're under the Billy Mays room, where you see a second sword, but wait, there's more, a full heart.
Billy Mays was on the wait, there's more guy. He was the I'm not done yet guy.
Oh gosh,
Also
it never
Cal.
even occurred to me that some of our viewers might not know who Billy Mays is.
Yes, that's true. He died a while ago.
– 2009, I believe, is when he died. All right, Farf is heading back up the elevator to Criteria. There are a few items to check, most notably the shaft supers, which require speed booster to get, but he can see what it is if he wants to take the time. Oh, right, the old Mother Brain Room missile pack, which is a little hard.
Will he scout climb supers or not? He won't. Here's an item you need speed booster to get, but you can scout it by wall jumping off the wall. Some people like to scout that, so they know they don't have to come back when they find speed booster eventually.
Farfaloo finds a vanilla missile tank at Omega Missiles. Last item you would get at a 100% item completion speed run.
Yep. They're called a 230 missile, because that's the maximum amount you find in the regular game.
I think Omega Missile sounds better. Alrighty, Farfaloo is heading for the bomb Torizo. Fun fact, in a maximum collection run, Bomb Torizo is the only boss that there's no way to skip. Like if you try to fight no bosses and no mini bosses, you have to fight Bomb Torizo, but all the rest can be skipped. And you can get up to 72 items, I believe.
It is possible to skip Bontorizo, but it's stats only.
Right. Alrighty, Farf has healed up and saved at the ship. Where's he gonna go next? Right, so he could go straight. He could go straight down to the red tower here, or he could go across to the wreck ship. Either, I think you check wreck ship at this point because you've got gravity to get through more quickly. Yep, that's what he's doing. Or it's possible he's just checking the moat, which is blueberries.
No, he's gone.
And all right. There's not a whole lot in the wrecked ship, but we'll see what is there. Yeah. But Vinny, Bomb Torizo skip on PAL is human viable, but only barely. Yeah, as I recall, there's a counter of some kind that oscillates between 41 and 42 and 43. And when you collect the Bomb Torizo item, you have either 42 or 43 frames to escape the room before the door closes. But on PAL, since it's 50 frames per second, 43 frames is a longer amount of time.
Yes, especially considering they did not slow Samus down, or rather, she moves faster. Like, for example, early supers, you can just run across the collapsing bridge and get past the falling gates on the PAL version.
All right, Farfaloop fighting the RNG machine that is Fantoon. Get the fast pattern to start.
Oh, that was a nice Doppler.
Doppler works by moving toward Fantoon as you fire so that the shots hit him too fast for him to close his eye. And that was a fast eye close there. That's unfortunate.
He can take the hits because he's got gravity suit. Oh, wow. He could have two-rounded him, but fortunately missed the super.
Well done.
Looks like they both going.
Yeah, Fantoon actually takes double damage from supers, but if a super hits him and doesn't kill him, it'll enrage him and he'll sit at the top of the screen and waste about 20 seconds throwing out waves of flames. And Fantoon has credit for Ridley. Farf gonna check the wrecked ship E-tank site without making a save. So if this turns out to be nothing, he has to trek all the way back. Whereas if he'd made a save and it was nothing, he could just reset.
I've seen most people nowadays will just eat the time loss and not save if there's nothing, because going up, saving, going back, it takes time, and you're not saving that much time resetting.
Gotcha. Yeah, $5.
Because you have to take into account the whole resetting sequence.
MM2 has a really good Fantoon fight. I think that was a 2-cycle.
Tracker is killing me. Oh, I clicked the wrong thing. Gee.
Right, Farf heading up to the attic room. There's one item along the top here, and then two more in the section of Frateria after exiting. Then another two in the gravity suit area. There's a third one at the wrecked ship reserve tank, but that is speed booster locked.
You can scout it, so you know if you need to come back later or not. Just getting all the power bombs. Farfelu might be thinking the same thing I did earlier, like this could be a Hell Run Ridley seed. If Varia is missing in action while everything else is found.
Yeah, right now he's hoping for at least one more pack of super missiles to do 2 crystal flashes.
The supers will come. Usually it's the PBs you're lacking most of the time.
Yeah, crystal flash consumes 10 missiles, 10 supers, 10 power bombs, plus 1 to initiate it. And there's our power glove, first lift upgrade. Now it's got to ride the. I don't know. I don't remember what these guys are called, but got to ride them up to the second item in this area.
I just call them trippers.
I like that, trippers. Right, it's right up here.
Fire
It's our
rod.
fire rod. Ooh.
So coming to wreck ship early was the play.
Absolutely. Navigating this room the way the devs intended using the grappling beam. And here's the bowling chozo. Gonna take Farfalu down into the bottom of this room. Got about a 30-second break. He can catch his breath, wipe his hands, take a drink, maybe check Tinder. All right, let's see what the destructible chozo has for us. Knocking the work robots back with the missiles because you can fire them more quickly than the beam. That is 5 energy tanks plus the 1 reserve we have. If Variant doesn't show up, that's enough to beat Mother Brain.
Nothing.
Well done rolling and dropping the bomb just in time to bounce on it and see what was there without having to jump back up. So that was just rupees. We're not gonna be coming back here. And more rupees. How about that?
MM2 wisely not skipping these missiles in the sky item just because you missed the early tripper jumps because there's something important up there.
Yeah, missing a check like that always comes back to bite ya. If I may cast everybody's attention back to GDQ Express in 2018, Oats and Goats and Andy declined to check the Hera Big Chest, which had the Pegasus boots in it, and 30 seconds after they declined to check it, Ganon's Tower was boot locked.
Oh,
It took them an hour to get back there.
And a weekly more recent than that, when I was still racing, there were boots at Shack Tool, and boots were only required for GT Big Key.
Yuck.
I sequence broke to get them, and I don't think I've ever found a grapple beam.
There's our X-ray scope. We just need one more ingredient for the microwave beam. And also some more supers, so we now have 20. We can now do 2 crystal flashes.
Unless charge is found, you also need supers as ammo for Ridley.
Yeah, the magic number on super missiles for Ridley is 30. They do 300 normally, but like Fantoon, he takes double damage from them, so you want 30.
You can compensate with power bombs, but you also need those for crystal flashing. We see some divergence. Oh,
And yeah, Farb's gonna go ahead and take that $300. That'll get him more or less. I think that's his King's Aura money. I think he's got enough with whatever else he's found.
it's also a nice cushion to have in case you go to pod early.
Right, got to pay off the monkey.
Yeah. We won't be able to grab landing site item until we have some sort of can fly.
Yeah, looking. Yeah, Campfly is going to be either the morph ball bombs to infinite bomb jump or the space jump.
Or speed booster.
Oh yeah, you can science mark up there too. I never remember that.
Phaser item is.
All right, that is 6 energy tanks. We officially have enough to fight Mother Brain without the Varia. And if I'm Farfaloo at this point, I dive Meridia, but since I don't have that Varia.
Well,
All right, just
it's,
breaking the tube for now.
yeah, he can still do part of Norfair and Crate, of course, and after that you might want to check Death Mountain first.
Yeah, he's got plenty of energy tanks to hell run if he wants to.
Yes, but as for Meridia, he technically doesn't have a mean to go past Mount Doom, even though he could easily with gravity jumping. But logically, he stuck to Western.
He could grapple across it.
Oh, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah, that's how the game expects you to do it. Use the grapple beam. Alrighty, we're fighting Kraid. There is a quick kill. We'll see if Farfaloo gets it.
There are many quick kills, but they all look similar. Good. They do the missile one.
And I believe that's the fastest quick kill that there is. Well done. Gets credit for Dragon on that. I didn't see what was at the various suit room.
If I didn't see it either, I mean, consciously I did not see it, but it's probably nothing.
Chat, did we miss anything? ₹300 in the B-Tom room.
So Farfelu has 2 300 packs, so he's good for Zora and Kiki. MM2 showing the intended use of X-Ray.
Farf did that too. Alrighty, Farf is going to check Crumble Tower here. Just missiles. I believe that's vanilla. And MM2 gets the same quick kill. Well done. All right, and if this was something MM2 will show us, it wasn't. All right, Farf into the ice beam room. What's here? A small heart.
Well, if MM2 doesn't do these checks, he'll catch up a little bit. Will that be enough to roll onto the gate? Yes. Well done.
Oh, yes.
That mug ball is kind of hard with no ice beam.
Checking the Crocomire escape item here. It's just $20. Another aero capacity upgrade at the E-Tank. That missile is vanilla. And this is the high jump boots room.
Supers.
Super missiles.
We want those.
Yeah, if we want to get up to 3 crystal flashes, we need at least 2 more. We need 2 more power bomb packs, since you have to expend 1 to initiate it, plus the 10 it drains from you. Right, Farf taking the cross game portal over to Death Mountain.
Checks
What's
appear.
what sprite is that?
I don't know.
I think it might be Pit from Kid Icarus.
Looks like Ryu. I don't know. Oh,
Ooh, there's our Moon Pearl inside Spectacle Rock.
So we have Dark Roll.
How do we get to Dark World with 1 lift upgrade?
Via either Aghanim or the Meridia portal.
Oh, right. The cross game portal in Meridia leads to Dark Ice Rod.
Not in logic, but I don't think that's a problem.
How is it not in logic?
Well, you don't have a means to get to Bot Wound, but you can always Crystal Flash clip.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Farf holding the spin charge to help him navigate through the dark rooms. It's a very, very common bit of tech. Alrighty, let's see what Gary the Old Man has for us. More super missiles.
Getting comfy on ammo.
Now, we don't quite have enough to fight Mother Brain with only ammo, but yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, MM2 and Farf have both been doing pretty much the exact same things in the same order. MM2 just lost a little time because he did the castle escape.
Yeah, back of escape turned out to be a mistake, but that's... Oh. Is he gonna hover?
He is. And he gets it!
Well done. You can bump jump back, that's right. That wall is weird. I think it's the only place where you can clear a 3-block drop with 1 bump jump in the game, because the wall kind of pushes you. More power bombs.
Another bottle, another reserve tank, and that left chest was the silver arrows. Going for another bomb jump here.
Yeah, sometimes you just fail that bomb jump even if you placed it correctly because of some reason somebody explained to me once, but I forgot. But sometimes you can fail that bomb jump even though you did technically nothing wrong.
Huh, didn't know that. Ooh, trolled.
Well,
all right, we are in Spiral Cave, which, since we have the boots, is not Resident Sleeper Cave. Or energy. Love it. Gonna save and quit. Where's he going now?
as long as you don't have Varia picking up every energy tank you find is a good idea.
Absolutely. I haven't done this in a while. If you were going to do Varialist Lower Norfair, how much would you want?
Depends on what your access is. If it's the front gate, you want a lot more than you need. You need a lot more than you need for the back way via flute and mitts. The back way
Gotcha.
to because you start in an energy room, and you're already in Lower Norfair. You don't have to go through the front gate.
Yeah, it makes sense. Let's say you were starting from the cross game portal with the energy room. How much would you want that?
You need 2 and 1 more you can farm. I'd say a total of 3, but I haven't done this in a very long time.
Gotcha. I've never actually played the randomizer. I just talk about it.
Oh, you need 1 to get there and 1 to go back for sure. Depending on how many energy tank you have, you might need 2 more or just 1 more. But
Yeah,
I've
it
never
makes
been
sense.
been really super good at it though.
Yeah, Farf's on 7 E tanks, and I think we have found 2 reserve tanks at this point, so that's 9 total. And I don't remember what these rooms are called, except I think this middle one is the cathedral.
Yeah. Oh,
Ooh, lamp. That's our fire source. That's a fire source. If we don't, it we have half magic and we have fire rod, so lamp's not as important, but it might be helpful.
funny thing here with gravity suit, they're immune to lava, just not the heat. They don't take more damage from being in lava.
Yeah, we're still looking for that camfly to put gauntlet in logic, to put cape in logic, to put agate in logic. There's Quake Medallion.
Like, you need the hook shot for the Yaga for the Moon Pearl, and you had the. Oh right, you mean the lamp? That's right. Yeah, lamp is required logically.
Right, the dark rooms. Yeah, Zelda Randomizer never expects dark rooms, correct?
In SMZ3, that's correct. It expects you to have lamp for every dark room. And just link to the path randomizer, if you have the fire rod and it's a room that has torches, you're expected to be able to light them up
Did
with
not know that.
fire. But in SMG3's case, that's not in logic.
Oh, that crystal flash sprite is awesome.
Hey, Mega Man.
That really caught me off guard. All right, Farf's got plenty of energy to go check the speed booster items. There's one before the room and one in the room. And there's also a bug generator here that he can farm on if he needs to.
Oh, hammer time.
And that is full Dark World access. That gets us to the cross game portal. No, the Dark World portal just about cack. G4 Glom Zubuk is Golden 4. There's a gold statue in Super Metroid with all 4 bosses on it. Those 4 bosses, once defeated, give you access to Torian in the Super Metroid Endgame.
All 4 tokens are required. It's a
Yeah, as
774.
yes. Like I said, 7 crystals to enter the tower, 7 crystal to damage Ganon, 4 Super Metroid boss tokens to access Torian. And part of the part of the randomization is also that the Super Metroid bosses could have pendants or crystals, and the Link to the Past bosses could have the Super Metroid credit. Actually, yes, the tokens are different from beating the bosses. Like if Dragon has a 5/6 crystal, you would still need to beat Dragon to open the door that gives you access to the plasma. You wouldn't get it from getting the Dragon token from, say, the Helmasaur King. Actually, a better example from this race, the Kraid had the Dragon token. Yeah, the pendants are never required unless you have to get something from, say, the pedestal. Or, for example, if there's an item that you get by giving the green bandit to Sahasrara. Right. Looks like MM2 has made up some ground on Farfalo.
Did he forget to hit the charging station? I guess he doesn't need it.
Yeah, we didn't talk about Crocomire while Farp was fighting him, but yeah, you don't fight him like you fight a regular boss. He backs up a certain amount with each shot fired into his mouth, and the goal is to back him up into the boiling acid. Happy to be of service, Glumsbook. It's a, every race is someone's first. That's why I'm explaining as much as I am. Well done by Farfaloo, getting past the green gate there very quickly.
That was a gate glitch. Not reverse. It's from the right side. Is
Gotcha. Dizzy Widget. Most of the bosses have an item behind them, but beating them will always give you a crystal, a pendant, or a boss token.
now we are leaving. Oh wait, that's you having. This is the in logic way. I mean, the intended developer way to check Indiana Jones item, but Farfaloo messed up the grapple and decided to orphan that check. I don't blame him.
Yeah, absolutely, Betty. For those who might not know, Crocomire is not flagged to stop plasma beam shots because you're not intended to be able to have it for him. And since Plasma Beam's whole thing is it pierces enemies, if you have the charge beam as well, you can charge a shot, fire it through Crocomire, and then he'll take damage every frame it's inside him, and he'll just back all the way up into the lava after one shot. You can do something similar with Dragon as well, which we refer to as the microwave beam strat.
MM2's really playing with fire. Sorry, he's really close to death.
He's not in a heated room and he's farming, so he should be fine.
Well, that's the thing. Like he's not farming.
Oh right, the acid. Oh yeah. He came right to the edge.
Yeah, he had like 20 energy. Like just tipping your toe in the acid would have been enough.
Yeah, I believe that gravity does not reduce the damage of the acid, so it's 80 damage a frame. Second, not frame.
Yeah, gravity does nothing in this rando. Normally, in regular Super Metroid, gravity is everything Varia does plus more. But in this one, Varia reduces environmental damage and half of enemy damage. And gravity reduces by 3/4 enemy damage, but does nothing for environmental damage.
Ooh, MM2 failed it.
Yep.
Is he gonna keep going for? Is he gonna keep trying this?
No.
already tried it once. Yeah, just stop throwing time after time.
If you are worried about a trolley seed, it could be something at Indiana Jones, and yes, with the grapple beam, it's completely in logic. It is insanely harder than doing any of the sequence breaks available to get it, but
That would be incredibly unfortunate.
the game expects you to use the grapple beam there.
All right, getting to the Dark World.
MM2 did not need to.
Okay.
Okay, so Pod and Pearl Rock are pendants. That's all I could see before.
Thief Town is a 5/6. Skull Woods is a crystal. I only saw one red, so the last crystal is the other 5/6 crystal is either Dragon or Ridley.
Well, we've seen all three pendants, right? So Ridley's required, I think.
Marcus, I unfortunately have some bad news for you. The developer of the combo randomizer total does not like progressive bow, so the logic for the link to the passive allotted was explicitly forked from version 29, which doesn't have progressive bow. Also, we just found Ice Rod in Turtle Rock, Thieves Town.
Like MM2 is gonna, I don't know. We'll lead you Skullwoods first.
Right now, for those who might not be familiar with Link to the Past, Thieves Town is required to be. Thieves Town is you're always going to find that big key in the these front four chests of the dungeon because of that door right there.
See a bit of divergence here. MM2 is going for Skullwoods first.
And this is what I've been hoping for the whole time. I love it when there's route divergence as opposed to there's one way through the seed who can do it best.
Sometimes an execution battle is nice to see. There are some pretty interesting strats for every room. A progressive bow is whichever, if you find the silvers or the bow, you get the bow, and the other one becomes the silvers.
Yeah, you always find bow first and you always find silver second.
Big key, vanilla, and Skullwoods. Going to Motila first, and then checking the front of
Yes, Dizzy, we did exactly that. Okay, so
died.
yeah, so
Oh,
thank you for sorry. Yeah,
Okay.
thank you, Vidi, for the boss updates. Well, the boss prize updates. So, yeah, token swamp means we are absolutely seeing swamp, which means we are looking for flippers. I didn't see what Blind the Pun Master had to say today, but I can see that Farfaloo is keeping him on the script by, yep, yeah, this fight is not random the first time you enter it. If you die and have to come back, then it's random. and MM2 onto molecular, and I just want to know who hurt the devs here. Conveyor belt floor, moving spikes. Molecular doesn't take damage if you knock it into a spike. Why? But MM2 makes it look like it's nothing for the map.
I mean, imagine fighting a Helmazar King there.
Oh god. Enemy randomizer, right?
Sometimes you cannot just have the boss shuffle, but yes.
Ew. All right, far over to the digging game. This is not in the randomizer. This is not random. Same number of digs for both players to get the item. Well, all runners, I should say. $50. That's not too bad. After 8 digs, I think I saw there.
For Farfalu, it was a waste of time because he's got plenty of money.
Oh yeah, he's rich. I think the only things left he needs to pay are maybe King Zora and definitely Kiki. Oh yeah, we're also looking for Mirror because Swamp.
I did not see what was at Bumper Cave Ledge.
I didn't catch it either.
Hype Cave.
Do we have Hype Cave or do we have Resident Sleeper Cave? Bust. Bust. Eh. Bust. Bust. Resident Sleeper Cave. All right, MM2 is into Thieves Town now. Farf is transiting.
Like Farfalu's gonna do Skullwoods next.
All right. You looks like you're right. And so since we've now got both of our runners covering ground, the other one is already covered, we've got a little bit of a break. So I'd like to take this time to ask you to follow our runners, MM2 Nest Cartridge and Farfalu. Give myself and Nitorific a follow as well. I fired the commentary team command in the Twitch chat. The runners command is not working, apparently. Right, Vinny confirming go mode items, bow, mirror, flippers, Titan's mitts, Meyer access, and possibly the Meyer medallion. If it's not quick. Okay, getting into Meyer. Ocarina plus Myths gets us into Meyer through the cross game portal. Through the flute point. Yeah, yeah, yeah. We'll naturally have access to. Well, maybe not naturally. We should have cross game portal access pretty easily.
True that they don't want to see Varia, but we know it's in logic because of the lamp and the hammer.
Right.
We still don't have a Canfly, which I find interesting.
Yeah, Camfly is locking both the cape and the Hookshot, right? Hookshot was at the Gauntlet show, so wasn't it?
It was in the middle of a gauntlet.
In the middle of Gauntlet, yeah, that's what I meant. Barb is burning everything alive with that fire rod and half magic. Right, Far, look, a weeknight is a tiny nobleman. Oh, damn it, blind. Looks like Farf is fighting Mothula with Hammer, just like MM2 did.
If you can get it away from the spikes, it's pretty much worth it.
And then Fire Rod also does gold sword level damage to it, right?
No, you need 8 shots of fire rod to kill it.
Yeah.
But 4
Farfaloo makes
hammer.
it look. Yeah, Farfaloo does really well there. Yeah, the hammer's got an awkward hitbox, but it deals tempered sword level damage.
We got some pretty cool sync boss fights.
Yep. So both of them are now at about the same progression point again. Looks like Farf is heading back in to. That didn't pay off.
Nope.
Okay, I think you're right about who the sprite is, because that looked like Ken when he got hit by the bunny beam.
MM2 opting not to grab the $50. Hopefully, there's nothing at Zora.
Yeah, MM2 doesn't have nearly as much as Farf does. Yeah, Vinny points out we need to get into desert as well. Right, Vinny said that's the other 5/6 crystal. So we need flute, book, or lava dot, or lower Norfair access for the cross game portal. Well, that would also require the mirror.
Faloo set up another water walk near the hole in Skull Woods.
Dizzy
Sure.
Widget. The developer of the randomizer is Total. And if you want to give it a try anyway, if you want to give the randomizer a try yourself, just go to literally samus.link. Yes, that was 100% intentional.
In water walk. Boom.
All right, we are close to. All right, yep, we are now behind Bawoon. Normally, this is a missile refill station and one of the least obvious secret areas in Super Metroid, and that's saying something. Yeah, Disney, but you do need to provide your own ROMs, but other than that, it's. Vinny, I think you said that. You said that lower. You said that Ridley is the green pendant, didn't you? Precious missiles is an energy tank. Agree with Farf taking that because that gets you a nice refill for Dragon. Have we seen what Dragon is?
Possibly. I don't know what it is. Now, without Various Suit here doing the beam quick kill actually kind of hurts. You take full damage from the but with 80 tanks, that's more than enough.
Plus whatever's in the reserves. Well, believe me, Vinny, we appreciate your efforts.
I'm pretty glad to finally have an E-tank refill. Oh, Farfelu did not set up the quick kill. Unfortunately, he'll have to do the dance first.
And hopefully not take too much damage from Dragon's shrimp tail.
Oh, he's fine. He's got gravity. And
so attaching with the grapple there conducts electricity through you into Dragon, and I believe that is the Fright Shrimp strat. Yeah, I talked earlier about the microwave strat, which is which is it's the Yellow Devil pause trick from Mega Man 1.
oh. MM2 was too eager. He missed the grapple quick.
Now he's getting trolled. Finally gets it. Okay, we can get back to the main part of Meridia pretty easily. Just have to go through. I think there's a sand pit you can fall through in the room in the post-bot room, and it looks like that is what Farf's going to do. More super missiles there. All right. With a max of 95 missiles and 40 supers, that is enough ammo to fight Mother Brain without the charge beam.
But you want to count your shots.
Yeah, it would be close. Gonna go for a snail clip here to get these two items that are usually speed booster locked.
This trick is made easier with the high jump boost. You have more leeway.
Never seen it done like that before. I always saw it done against the speed booster bricks right there in the little tunnel.
Yeah, you have 3 shots at it before having to reset the room.
Neat. Still learning new things. Love it.
We have grapple beams, so Shack Tool is in logic.
Don't remind me. Oh, God. Did Farfelu make a save? Yes, he did. So, gonna check one sand pit. If this is nothing, he'll reset and check the other one. Nope, it's nothing.
Bit too low. That should be enough. Oh, that's
For a little bit of context, as he waited, I commentated my first seed in 2018.
Been a while.
Yeah, it has been quite a while.
Been a lot of my time during COVID playing this.
Now, like I said, I've never really felt the need to play this, but I love talking about it. There's our Canfly.
Alright, so hookshot's in logic now. We still need to find Varia for hammer and the lamp. And Farfelu opts not to check Shack Tool.
If this could be a turning point. If MM2 checks Shack Tool, and never mind, he's not going to. Wait, no, he's resetting the. Oh yeah, he's just resetting because he checked the sand pit and it was nothing. Yeah, if Shaq Tool is progression and MM2 does check it, that puts him in a very good position.
First try gate glitch, nice. Setting up the shine spark. This is the intended way to get that item. And I find it harder than doing just the short. But he gets it first try.
I always used the gate room to run and then ducked through the door to charge the shine spark.
Yes, that's the intended way, but I find timing the duck and the door transition to be harder than just doing a short charge.
And
Oh,
Dizzy
and
Widget, yeah, when you get two good runners on the restream, it's amazing. Even more money. And what's in the wall? Missiles.
well,
I think that's
MM
vanilla.
MM2 could have a big advantage if he finds progression here. Or it could be a 3-minute waste of time.
Yeah, Shaq Tool, this takes a while.
Or maybe he
Yeah.
needs a break. And this is an excuse to get one.
Certainly possible. Definitely a good opportunity. Like same as with the bowling show. So take a drink, wipe your hands.
This thing is Blue Bomber.
And there's our third sword at the beach area.
So if anyone's wondering how you preserve the blue suit for that long, if you hold aim down, I think you just keep it. It's weird.
There are some applications for that in ROM hacks. Oh, it's only $100. That's a huge time loss. And for
there's
MM,
Varia.
yep, there's our Varia at the watering hole.
So everything's back in logic now.
Dizzy, not only are the seeds different each time, there are different goal sets too. Like coming up on Monday evening, there is a 000 fast Ganon, which means you need no boss credits, and Ganon is vulnerable and Ganon is open immediately as soon as you get to the Dark World.
So this means the requirements are Master Sword and Dark World access. And for Mother Brain, enough ammo to kill her.
Yeah, right now I plan on signing up for that one. But depending on what goes on over the weekend. Yeah, because that is a format that I really like talking about.
Okay, so he has Plasma Beam. I was gonna say his Plasma Room is not in logic, but he has Plasma, so he can get out. Oh, Ice. Well, Ice Beam is very nice to have, but you
Ice
probably
Beam is not.
wish
Yeah, Ice Beam is not mandatory, but it will make the Metroids in Torian much easier.
it won't make up for the time you lost getting here, but at least it's not a total loss.
Alrighty, what is Farf up to here?
Tracker is eating input tonight.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I don't think that's normal.
Oh, it is normal. Every time I track it, it's like you never know what it's gonna show up or not when you click. Nice short charge.
All right, Farfaloo is into the Tower of Hera. There is one prize out of the two here. There's the big key. So it is possible that the small key has locked itself in the basement. Trying to clip into the pot to fall into it and then fall up. Well, I guess you fall down into this and then you teleport up. And there's the second prize. So we don't need to check any more chests. Just head on up to Moldorm.
And unfortunately, MM2 is way behind because of the Shack tool check. It was almost caught up.
And one spin, one slash with that tempered sword, Moldorm is down. For the map, but we don't care.
That's tempered.
All right, Farfaloo. Yeah, this is Spike Cave. Yeah. I don't remember if Cape is considered access here or just Cane of Burna since they do similar things. But regardless, this is
Both.
in logic.
Yeah,
So what's here?
nothing.
Money! Completely pointless money considering how much Farfaloo already has, but
Moldorm is a very Nintendo boss, like making enemies annoying but not really dangerous.
I remember the last time Kachiri and I did commentary together, one of the runners jumped out into the ballroom arena and immediately got bounced out. And we just lost it.
See, there's a lot of enemies and bosses in Nintendo games that are not really all that hard if you take your time, but if you try to go fast, you get punished. Because Moldorm is
Yeah,
fine. You just wait for your opening and you attack them. But when you're racing, you don't want to wait. You get
exactly.
trolled.
Yeah, it's a balance between how long can I wait before I'm losing time.
Interesting. MM2 is doesn't have enough health, but he's gonna recharge probably.
So yeah,
Yeah,
we cannot beat Eastern unless we find the bow here.
that's right. People often mistakenly assume it's because it's for Harmless Knights, but it's not. It's actually for the red mimics. Not mimics, Igors that are only possible to kill with the bow.
Yeah,
And
the
and you
armor
have
plates can be damaged with the sword, but it takes a long time, right?
there's a lot of things. Yes, you can't kill them with a boomerang if you want. It takes forever, but they die eventually.
I
There are
didn't know that one.
there are some ROM hacks who force the Armus fight night fight with the boomerang.
Criteria power bombs above the ship was the second tunic upgrade. MM2
Okay.
chose not to take it.
Now you might check. Doing some Hail Mary checks. Might check climb supers next.
Yeah, Shaft
Yeah.
Supers is this check for sure.
Then
Second
maybe
prize in Eastern was 20 rupees. Bypassing the big chest, which tells me we haven't seen the big key yet.
the last check we isolated was Waterway in Pinkbrin.
He could get there pretty quick right now if he wants to go down through Retrobrin.
It's still quite a big detour, and he was bitten hard by checking Shack Tool and getting nothing. Also, Plasma Beam.
Yeah.
I
That
mean,
is
I
the
understand.
vanilla location for the big key, isn't it?
Yes, that's a big chest.
All right, so if this is the third prize, then it is. I think I heard Eastern is a pendant, so
Not sure. I know Pod and Turtle Rock are pendants. I don't know what the green pendant is, but looks like
oh, Eastern
MM2
is a as a Super Metroid token. Thank you, Viddy.
MM2 is diving a pendant Pod. Like Farfelu might do the same thing. Or maybe check Pyramid first. I might have already done that.
I don't think he did, or if he did, I didn't see it. Yeah, there's the one item on the ledge there. Yeah, MM2 is into pod.
Supers?
I didn't see it. More supers. Okay. Right, pod has 6 prizes, if I recall correctly.
And interesting, 5. And interestingly, Pod is bow locked. But it looks like MM2 is going to sequence break his way through.
Right, because of the red mimics, right?
If you had a red mimics, yes. But if you don't have the bow and you don't find a small key in the first chest, then you can't go any further logically. He's gonna clip the red mimics.
Right. There's some. I don't remember exactly how this works.
Well, you grab a wall like that, and you make the mimic clip through the wall. Because
Okay.
it. So the thing is, it mimics your movement and then gets pushed out back out of the wall. But if you press down or up immediately after it starts moving into the wall, it won't be pushed out by the wall. And you keep doing that over and over until it's completely in the wall and just phases through and the room opens.
In the meantime, while we were hearing that, Farfelu found the charge beam at Catfish.
Okay, so he doesn't really care about ammo. And M2 got it. He clipped in.
Well done. There's also a scroll. There's a scroll glitch you can do too if you have a potion, right?
Yeah, it's the one of the 2 locations where the potion glitch is permitted.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. The game is only checking for the game is not checking for the red mimic to be killed, just checking for it to be off screen. Correct?
Yeah, if the screen is empty, then as far as the game is concerned, all the monsters have been defeated.
All right. Farf is back into Super Metroid. Looks like he's gonna check Plasma Beam and possibly Shack Tool. Actually, no. If he was gonna check Shack Tool, I think he would have done that first. But yeah, the only thing he could be going for right here is the Plasma check.
You can follow that up with a Shack Tool check if he wants.
Right.
But we might have progression at. We're running out of locations, actually. We might have progression at the waterway or possibly the Orphan Indiana Jones checks we left behind. Now it's easy to get it because you have
Right.
Speed Booster.
It's Waterway is hard locked by Speed Booster, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't even scout it, which makes it a really bad check because it's
Or
way out
harmless
of the
hell.
way
Yeah,
and you
harmless
can't
hellway is
scout
just a
it.
key.
And you absolutely need one specific item to get it. Uh,
Arrow
our,
capacity, more power bombs. Completely pointless now.
yes, the
And
room would
maybe,
be completely dark.
yeah, maybe not. Maybe not without them. Maybe not since we don't have more bombs. And I'm too gonna death warp. Is he? It's. I don't know if that was all the prizes. And yes, Digi Widget, without the lamp, that room would be completely dark.
Anytime you see the light cone and the rest of the screen is dark, the screen will be completely dark without the lamp. the game, if the first 3 chests you come across, I think, have the lamp if you didn't pick it up from the last chest. And when you get to the second part of Escape with Princess Zelda, if you still don't have the lamp, she doesn't let you go through.
Oh boy, Farfaloo is checking Shack Tool.
This is good for MM2. He's catching up a bit. We know this is a waste of time. Although, Farfaloo, no.
Yeah, Farf's
No.
got a maximum of 55 supers.
Yeah.
One more pack, and that's enough to fight Mother Brain without that charge beam. And actually, is just a little bit faster because of how much more quickly you can fire supers compared to the charge beam. Yeah, we don't have a can fly yet, so we don't technically have access to lower Norfair. I know there are Shine Spark tricks you can do, but I don't think they're in logic.
No, they're not.
All right, Farfaloo hard resetting to respawn at the ship in Super Metroid.
He's going to check the landing site. And he's going to be disappointed, as was MM2.
Okay, what's MM2 doing?
Catfish. I'm thinking it's Waterway or Indiana Jones. Now.
Either one of those would be quick checks now, so...
They're out of the way checks, though. That's why they're looking at... Like, they're doing the bad checks that are faster to make than the other ones. In the hope it's not an Indiana Jones, because I understand the mentality, like... It's like a sunk cost fallacy. You decided you're skipping Waterway. You're not going back to it no matter what. Even though it might be more logical to check that one first. You do all the other bad checks first.
Yeah. Phase 23 pointed out Farfaloo reset out of the Ice Beam room, so he doesn't have it.
That's right.
For our new watchers here, it's also worth mentioning, anytime you transition between games, it saves automatically. And if you reset to that save, you always spawn at the ship in Super Metroid. Like if you reset your console and load the save.
Yeah, because the game is Super Metroid, because that's what we get when you start the ROM the first time. You're in Super Metroid.
I don't know if there's a code reason for that, but I know the practical reason is because you can configure Super Metroid's controls, but not link to the past controls.
Wouldn't know. I never thought to ask what was the reasoning. Probably something like that.
Yep, Farf is checking Waterway here.
So that it's Indiana Jones, and after that I have no idea.
Yeah, he's not too terribly far from Norfair, although, you know what? If I'm Farf here, if this doesn't pay out, I reset again, spawn back at the ship, go to Link to the Past, save and quit, start back at the mountain cave, and then transition to Super Metroid there to check
We've
Indiana
seen
Jones.
Spacer being checked because after Sonic wrecked ship, they went down Red Tower and went to Kraid. Oh, there we go.
Space jump, that's our can fly. Why is he resetting it?
He doesn't need it. I mean, logically, he might need it, but he's gonna just sequence break whatever he wants. Yeah, he can just lava dive with gravity
Makes
and
sense.
barrier. It's really easy.
Okay, so yeah, reset to Super Metroid, going to Link to the Past, save and quit, spawn at the mountain cave, and take that cross game transition to Norfair.
The only thing that could bite him is if the first item of Gold Chorizo is something.
Right, Showcase Showdown. Showcase Showdown, for those who might not know, is hard locked by the space jump because of a logic catch in the original Super Metroid. There's a Chozo that drains a pool of lava who will not do it if you don't have the space jump. And I have no proof of this, but it makes sense to me that the reason for that is because there is no sprite for having screw attack without also having space jump, and that's where you get the screw attack, the Chozo behind the Gold Chorizo.
So just to tell the player, whoa, you're not supposed to be here yet. Go kill the Dragon. But yeah, that's also a reason for it. You do not have as sprite for the.
All right, Farfaloo going to do the Shine Spark.
He waited
but
too long.
Misses it.
Now he's gonna do the gravity jump.
The reason gravity jump works is because you start a jump during the fade out to pause, so you have the fast acceleration. You have the fast acceleration of air physics, and then by turning the gravity suit off, you switch to water physics, and you have slow momentum decay.
MM2 got the spark, but the wrong direction.
All right, Farf is.
Farfaloo is going to.
He's also pointing out that Lumberjack is in logic for the
Yeah.
powder if the bat turns out to be something, but oh my god, that would be such a troll. All right. What is at the Chozo? Bomb capacity upgrade. All right, what's here?
Check it out. Nothing. Okay, don't
Okay,
need space.
Showcase Showdown.
Oh,
There's our
bow.
bow, so we do have to can't reset this. But Showcase, yeah, that bomb capacity upgrade, that's the Showcase Showdown item.
We're nicely in sync.
Indeed.
So there's a safe spot if you're not familiar with Gold Chorizo. Like, there's a spot you can stand between his hitbox of his body and the hitbox of his beam attack. So you just stand there and he can't touch you.
Yeah. And by crouching there and aiming straight up by holding L and R at the same time, your plasma beam can hit him twice per shot. And again for our new players, this cross game transition leads to the Misery Mire area.
Quake. It's completable.
And we have that. So that's going to be the only medallion we need.
Unless there's something in Turtle Rock. But no, at this point, I don't think there can be.
Oh god, Turtle Rock dip would be awful.
Well, we need mitts and mirror for it. Flippers could be there, I guess.
Dude, don't even joke about that. No. I mean, as much as I love seeing the runners get trolled, that's a bridge too far, man. Okay, Mire is a crystal, so we do have to clear through, but there are also two prizes here.
Yes, 2 non-dungeon items. Oh, this is a Godmire too.
Yeah, early big key Yeah, early big key makes it a lot faster, but it also means you skip you can skip most of the items. Well, most of the chests, I should say. I
Well, let's
wouldn't
try.
do it in this case. I mean, I know there's a lot, but you like we still need the mirror. We still need mitts. We don't know where either of them are.
But oh, well, there's mirror.
How about that?
I was gonna say we don't have desert access, but now we do.
Yeah, I can just mirror straight out of the mire area after we finish this.
Mitts and flippers.
So what's left? Flippers and mitts, I think. Is that it?
Yeah, we got bows.
Is that full magic from that pot Farfaloo just picked up? Is that guaranteed?
If it was under a pot, yes. Yeah, that one's guaranteed. Yes.
Okay.
I mean, pot treasures are always the same.
I did not realize that. Alrighty, there's our second prize in Misery Mire, a missile tank. So MM2 now knows he can go with the rest of it. Why did MM2 just throw a Samaria block off that bridge?
He's setting up spooky.
Oh, right.
Can't do it in the
Yeah,
first room, but he can in the second one.
all right. Each of Vitreous' little eyeballs takes 1 silver, and Vitreous himself takes 2. One of very few enemies in this game who takes more than 1 silver arrow to kill.
I never learned the second spooky. So normally you set up spooky glitch by fluting in, but they don't have the flute, so you can do this one, which lets you do the second part of spooky, not the first room.
Yeah, it skips having to go upstairs to switch the red-blue blocks that Farfaloo had to do.
Yeah, through the wall, yeah.
That definitely made up a chunk of time for MM2.
Yeah. If you get it quick, it's totally worth it. Well, that's what these randos are, really. Like, if you get the trick, you save a lot of time, but if you mess it up, you might lose
Alrighty,
more
what's
time.
the desert ledge item? Have we seen that?
Oh, possibly. I haven't seen it.
Actually, no. I don't think we have because we don't even know what a Gina is, and that would have gotten checked at the same time. All right, on the torch is the compass.
Those are some late mids, that's for sure.
Hey, creamy, delicious golden butter. That's our ledge item. So yeah, with the items we have now, Ganon is going to be a joke.
774Cs are usually like that.
There's our second. I think that's our second prize. There are 2 in desert. Nope, that's our second prize. Screw attack. And with everything we have now, Mother Brain will also be a joke. Yeah, we need mitts and we need flippers. And at the 1 hour 45 mark, it's worth mentioning that all 7 of our racers are still in this. Nobody has finished yet, and nobody has DNF'd. Thank you, Vinny. Pyramid Fury will be open after Lamolus because Lamolus is our other 5/6 crystal. All right, silver arrows are 1 shot apiece. 1, 2, 3. Well done.
Might not look like much, but MM2 is slightly ahead because he has Ice Beam, and Turian will be significantly faster for him. Well, significantly, like a minute, maybe.
I've seen a minute make the difference. Barbaloo checking checkerboard cave. It's nothing. Barbaloo on over to Agina. Gina's pocket. The runner's command is not working right now. I'm not sure why. Commentator command is, though, so I'll fire that in a second. Yeah, Agina was nothing.
Back to Lower Norfair.
I think Vinny said Ridley was a pendant, or am I misremembering?
There's still items there. We're still looking for flippers.
Right. Everybody pointed out it's the green pendant, so we could possibly need to turn that into Sahasrara. Farfaloo shine sparks through the fast pillars room, so's gnome because you shine spark through it fast pillars. And this is the worst room in the game. For under in most speedrun categories, you don't have a lot of equipment to do this with, and it's just a pain in the ass. But Farfaloo's got the equipment to make it a joke.
To me, the worst room in the game is the rooms under the sand pits.
I agree; those are pretty awful. Yeah, I mentioned doing no boss, no mini boss item collection. The the power bomb tank in the right sand pit is almost impossible to get if you're not doing tool assisted. I remember spending so long trying to get that.
I don't know if it's frame perfect, but yes, it's tedious. Did Farfalu check fireflies?
He did not.
It's interesting. Because if Ridley is a pendant, maybe he would have wanted to check the items first instead of going straight to Ridley, but
Yeah, but the thing is, Ridley's the green pendant. So
might back out. No, he won't.
and so Power Bombs of Shame is nothing. MM2 clipping through some of the spike platforms to gain some time.
With Mirror, we could have items at Cave 45 and Graveyard Ledge.
Oh god. Hey, we did get to see a microwave beam. MM2 used the X-ray scope to pause the game and run the pirate's invincibility frames out so that that one shot could hit it multiple times. That's the trick you can do against Dragon as well. We just didn't have charge beam for Dragon.
Croc as well. Though you don't need the X-ray at all for it. You just shoot it with the plasma beam.
Farfalu absolutely demolishes Ridley. And the Ridley's price is just $20.
Rip. There might be something.
All right, so on the lower Norfair exit, we have Fire Fleas, Tower Bombs in Jail, Hoarder Ruby Special, and Franker's E Room, if memory serves.
Yeah, 30 checks.
Either could be valuable if it winds up being Turtle Rock and then there's progression there, but not a given. Okay, Power Bombs in Jail is more Power Bombs. Mitts! Fun
Wow.
fact, nobody knows why that's called Hoarder Ruby Special because it has absolutely nothing to do with Speedrunner Hoarder Ruby.
Did he not have a speed tech that only he used there?
If that is the case, I don't know if that's the case. And anyway, that was the Vampire Skewer at Franker's E-Room. And if okay, what is opened up by the mitts?
Dark Death Mountain, which includes Turtle Rock, opens up Ice Palace.
What's at Ice Palace? What's the boss credit for Ice Palace? I don't remember. Is it just a regular pendant?
No, we already know what the pendants are. They're Pod, Turtle Rock, and Ridley, so Ice Palace is required.
Okay. All right, Farf is going right for Dark Death Mountain. MM2 is doing something else.
Going to ice, I guess.
Link's House, this is gonna be a Pyramid Fairy check, I think.
I think he would have gone down for that.
Oh, he's turning in the green pendant.
Makes sense.
All right, Farf's at Super Bunny. Nothing doing.
And Ridley was
Oh, green pendant turn in does not pay off.
but lower Norfair was required.
All right, Farf into Hookshot Cave.
All we need now is flippers.
Don't think the flute is mandatory. Don't think we need the flute for anything at this point, but Farf just found it in Hookshot Cave.
It was logged behind lower Norfair, so it's not even useful for that.
Right. Yeah, Turtle Rock is Quake, so Farf is going to check it.
MM2 will save a bit of time here because he hasn't done Eastern, but he can't complete it, so he won't have to come back for it.
What was here? I don't remember.
Nothing. But it's a required dungeon.
Oh, right. Armos is a crystal. Armos is a crystal, aren't they? All right. Doing the flames and grappling, hookshotting off to respawn at the door. All right. How deep does Farfaloo push this? You think he goes all the way?
Possibly you're committed at this point. But you only need one item, so he finds it, he just bails and he's done.
Right. There's no way the flippers could be on pedestal, is there?
Let's see. Pendants are... No, pendants don't require flippers, so it could be there.
Oh God, what fresh hell have I possibly unleashed?
The only place where they can't be is Ice Palace or
Right, because
Swamp.
Ice Palace hard requires them to get to it.
Well, not hard requires, but it's there's Swamp that's hard required because it's swimming indoors.
Right, right.
To get to ice, you can just fake flipper. Well, that's a good thing about being flipper go mode is you get to go mode ice and swamp, which are pretty lengthy if you full clear them.
Ring ball. All right, what's MM2 thinking here?
Probably pyramid, I think.
Yeah, both our runners have wound up with over 1,000 rubies. So,
Right. The mirror checks.
oh yeah,
Oh, there we
there's
go.
our
Oh
flippers.
boy. Oh, that is a trolley location. Well, Farfalooza and Go and MM2 might take a long while to check that.
Yeah, that's go mode at right around the 2-hour mark. The flippers room. Remind me what that's called by Link to the Past runners.
No, I don't know.
Is it just Mimic Cave? Thank you, Vinny.
Oh, the location where the location where they were found. Mimic Cave, yes.
Yeah, just it's all coming back to me now. Honestly, considering how long it's been since I did this, I'm surprised how much I've retained.
Well, maybe you're like me in that regard. I retain useless information very well. But if it's something that's actually useful for my life, I forget it.
I'm autistic. I do the exact same thing. Like, I remember a set of 5 game genie codes I used for Sonic 3 and Knuckles when I was in middle school. Like, why?
Rain trolling you. I'm just going for Graveyard Ledge.
Farfaloo doing some bomb tricks.
Well, I mean, MM2 has the right idea. You need the mirror to get your go mode, but
Yeah, he's chasing the mirror checks though.
just not the most trolly one.
Right, Farfaloo's going for the diver down trick. And he gets it. Now, as I recall, diver down functions because the part where you transition to swimming is linked to the splash animation. So you jump down a ledge that doesn't have the splash animation associated with it, so it never happens. Holy
Two
crap,
has
we're
a
1 room away from Arbiters already. That was fast.
yeah, go moding swamp is the dream.
Holy crap, I forgot it was that fast.
That's why you're always happy to be in flipper go mode.
All right, so grab the pulse with the hook shot, kill him with 1 butter sword slash. And then I believe Argus is one silver arrow. Boom. All right, is that 7 crystals? No, that's trade credit. Right, Ice Palace is the last crystal.
Well, turned out a couple of Galaxy Brain plays were expected, logically at least.
Yeah.
Going back to Waterway to get Space Jump, and having flippers in Mimic Cave of Pendant Turtle Rock.
Yeah. At this point, I think I'm pretty confident saying this is Farfaloo's race to lose at this point.
Yeah, the having the ice beam and having completed Eastern won't amount to much.
Right,
I
because
mean, we
even what Yeah, even once MM2 has those flippers out of Mimicate, which it looks like he's going to get them now. He's still got ice. He'll still have ice. He's still behind by 2 dungeons.
He's ahead by Eastern, but yes, the going back to Eastern won't take a lot of time for
Right,
Farfalu.
but he's got to do swamp and ice though.
Yeah.
Now this trick is called door state extension. Their doors are marked so that you can move through the wall at them. So you just make more wall to go through that. The application in that section is called icebreaker.
Yeah, after ice, he's going to Eastern to finish that, and
I kind of blanked on the fact that he didn't finish Eastern, so whoopsie.
it still is race to lose, like you said.
Yeah, just as a rule, I try not to say that until we've got at least one person in go mode.
I mean, he's in go. MM2 will be in go in about 3 minutes.
All right, eight fire rod shots to melt cold stare shell. Good for grouping strats with the made it look easy.
MM2 did not pick up red mail, so he took a bit of damage from those chain chomps.
All right, it looks like Farf is in the perfect spot to get to Eastern. Yep. Yeah, I've only beaten Link to the Past once, so I'm not totally familiar with the map, but I've learned a lot from great co-commentators as I've been talking about the randomizer the last 7 years.
Powder was not required, after all. It
What'd you
was
say?
on powder was not required. It was on Lumberjack Ledge.
Right.
That could have been a troll, but I think the seed was trolly enough.
Required pendant turtle rock dip is enough troll for anybody.
It's a dip, and you needed the mirror, absolutely. So you could have dipped it without the mirror. Imagine having progression on Trinex, and it's the mirror, and there's something in the mimic cave.
Who hurt you, man?
Many seeds have hurt me. Okay, so I'm gonna do Zen Go too.
About 9 minutes after Farf hit go. Unless I think Farf's lead is insurmountable at this point, barring some kind of catastrophic failure.
Odds are extremely good that is the case. But if the big key of GT is in Tile Room and Farfalu last locates it and MM2 gets it first, that's a good 5 minute.
All right, I believe that is 7 crystals, so now it's time to play the Ganon's Tower Big Key guessing game. There are 22 locations where it can be. Get your guesses in chat. I'm going to go with my old standby. 4 always wins.
Prefer to name the location, so I'm gonna say top right chest of random room.
Okay.
So if we're doing by the standard pathing, we're going Hope Rune first. 1, 2. 11 or 12, depending on the order you open the chest.
All right, Farfaloo's going to use the Turtle Rock Warp Point to hit to transition back to the Dark World and get over to Ganon's Tower.
It's slightly faster than using the one at the bottom, especially if you've already solved the puzzle.
We have very much appreciated your help tonight, Vidi, so thank you much. Honestly, I like this arrangement of 2 commentators, each one tracking 1 runner. It hasn't been too much. I haven't had too much trouble aside from the tracker reading input.
Yeah. Here I only have one screen, so I do a lot of alt tabbing to track and watch at the same time.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I've got 2 screens, so. All right, Farfaloo's going full right, it looks like. First two chests are nothing.
Going straight left, interesting. Left, right.
Yeah.
My other left, yes.
Three, 4, I lose. 5, 6.
Gonna get the key and then mirror over, or he might go straight for Ice Armos. Nope.
Torch is going to be 7. That's a small key. Four chests in here. 8, 9, 10, 11.
I said 11 or 12, but I was in the wrong room.
Dizzy went just closely with the guess of number 7. We tried. All right, now we've got Ganon's Tower into the endgame. Super Metroid endgame, I should say. And again, for both games, both our runners have enough equipment to make it easy. Not even just look easy, make it just easy.
Baby Skip will be annoying with no wave beam, but other than that, they have speed and high jump boots, so they can do Baby Skip.
All right, Farf is onto the gauntlet on the 4th floor. Just keeps on escalating. Conveyors, enemies, add a Beamos, then add a Medusa head, and then add spikes. Oh, right, ice floor too. As I recall, the patterns on the Land Molus 2 are consistent if you don't powder that bunny beam into a fairy, correct?
The reason you don't powder is because if you take too long getting into the room, you'll have the 3 land modes pop out at the same time. Whereas if you go straight, you dash just straight through, you'll have 1, 2, 3 for a really nice, easy bow timing.
Okay. The Mario strats on those whiz robes, well done.
If you don't have the silvers, you might actually want to slow down a bit so they all pop out at the same time and you hit them all 3 with a sword spin.
All right, Farf is through the torch room. Got to be careful here because, yeah, he's waiting. If you go up the stairs right as the door closes, you can despawn the entire top of the tower. Have to mirror back, leave, and re-enter.
Yeah, it's a frame perfect trick, though it's a harmful trick.
I haven't seen it happen, but rather I haven't seen it happen while I was commentating. But I have seen it before. It's the worst. Oh, MM2 is doing the Super Metroid Endgame first. And Disney Winter, you were asking earlier, that's the Golden 4 statue. All right, and MM2 does have to be a little bit careful here. Those Morphle bombs never showed up, so if a Metroid does grab him, then he has to power bomb it.
Well,
Farfaloo gets 1, 2, looks like a triple hit on Aghanim 2. 1, 2,
nice.
2 triples. Well done.
Farfaloo will have to use power bombs on Metroids because he does not have the ice beam. So he's gonna
Yeah,
have
he
a
reset
slower.
out of there.
He's gonna have a slower turn, but not by enough to make a difference.
Not even close. Oh, that wasn't you. Okay, Dizzy Widget. No problem. All right. The big pig in. Each phases 1 and 2 will take 6 swings with that butter sword. Then phase 3 is always 4 swings. And then phase 4 in the dark is 4 silver arrows while he's stunned from a sword swing. But of course, in phase 3, he can just chain teleports like this and be a jerk. MM2 did not get the baby skip, but he made sure to face to the right after the baby grabbed him, because that way the stand-up animation is 45 frames shorter. Farfaloo doesn't get the torch glitch, but doesn't really need it. That's 2.
Oh, unfortunate.
Ooh, torch goes out, so 3. All right, get your single-digit chat books, because we got big in. Yes, situation there is. If you can, the left torch always goes out first. If you can relight it before the right torch goes out, then the right torch will stay lit all the time. All right, MM2's got Charge Ice Plasma for Mother Brain. That'll be 600 damage per shot. Gonna Going to start off with the supers because, like I said, you can fire those much more quickly. Or going to refuel at the ship. Well, the Brain's got her food-based attacks. There's the chicken nugget, ketchup beam. She's also got onion rings and French fries. All right, MM2 is going for stand-up. Rainbow Beam here will deal 300 damage. Then MM2 needs to take damage down past the point where, there we go. And Mother Brain now thinks she doesn't need to fire the Rainbow Beam again, so we're into the cutscene part of this. And you see the game tried to force you into the down pose right there, which was avoided by being in the air. That'll happen one more time, and then if MM2 successfully avoids it, he can start dealing damage to Mother Brain Phase 3 while the cutscene is going.
If you miss the, you get forced to kneel. You can stand back up again by using the X-ray.
Oh, I didn't know that. But yeah, so yeah, you saw again where Samus was in the kneeling pose in midair. So yeah. Phase 3 has 36,000 health. You can't fully kill her with just the charge ice plasma. It's possible with ice wave plasma charge, but only barely. We usually judge by how many shots from a hyper beam you need to finish the fight once you transition. Also need to be careful because then you don't have a shot on screen while when the game transitions, because you can crash the game doing that.
The game will lock, but if you do something that despawns the beam, you should unlock. For instance, hitting weapon swap or weapon cancel, item cancel.
That looked like 13 hyper beam shots. Not bad at all.
So yes, you're in trouble, but it's not hopeless. If you just spam item cancel most of the time, you'll be fine.
Great. Farfaloo is going to have a longer Mother Brain fight as well because he doesn't have the extra damage from the ice beam, so his charge shots are only going to deal 450 damage, which I assume is why he reloaded at the ship, because like I said, super missiles are better DPS because you can fire them more quickly. He gets caught by the baby Metroid as well. Also remembers to face to the right. Alrighty, yes, we're starting to wind down here. I'd like to remind you again to follow our runners, MM2 Nest Cartridge and Farfaloo. Follow myself and Neaterific as well. I am actually getting into content creating myself. I'm going to try to do anything and everything roguelike. Yeah, so Farf's got Mother Brain in the escape left. MM2's just got Ganon. And the tower and Ganon.
Going for the speed zip skip, because it doesn't have ice beam. And gets it.
Which in my pants, yes, Farfaloo is absolutely in the lead because he's already done with Link to the Past. All he has to do is finish off Mother Brain and then escape the planet, and he is done. Barf going for the stand-up glitch as well. Looks like he's accomplished it properly. Being a bit of a goof there with the spring ball.
Good news is SMZ3 is going the right way. Bad news, it won't be enough.
Nowhere near. All right, let's see how far Farfaloo is going to push this. Real close.
Best way to fight her, because you can do the safe corner thing, but it lags the game pretty significantly. You want to get into her face and just keep shooting.
Yep. Took 18 Hyper Beam shots, so he got a bit more than half her health drained. And you'll note Farfaloo has the escape timer because Super Metroid is his second endgame. MM2, once he beats Ganon, will just have to walk across the bridge. Alrighty, Farfaloo is out into the parlor. One room left. Gotta watch out for the steam up at the top level though, because that can be kind of trolly. Declining to save the animals, absolutely the play when you're in a race, unless you know you're not going to win. And get your GGs in chat. Farfaloo has finished in first place overall with a time of 2 hours, 28 minutes, 1 second. All right, we'll see if Farfaloo wants to come in for an interview. And V2 Nitro has finished in second place at 2:30:02, which is one of the things I love about the randomizer. You can have wildly diverging paths and still have brothers finish within minutes, if not seconds, of each other. I love it. Controlled by the lag from Aghanims exploding projectile. Ooh, and now the Agas are desyncing. This getting trolled. Glad you had fun, Dizzy Widget. All things considered, the time differential between Farfaloo and MM2 is not as much as you would have thought it was going to be. And MM2 takes a death. Yeah, these community races, Dizzy Widget, are run Friday evenings at 8, Sunday afternoons at 3, and Monday evenings at 9. Those are consistent. And there is also a tournament coming up with these settings. Normal 774 boot start. And we are joined by Farfaloo. GG, man.
Hey, thanks, GG.
Hey, you put on a great show. We really appreciate it. How you feeling?
Oh man, I was really lucky with the call to go in TR. To be honest, I was feeling very bad with all the location I did before going to Norfair. So yeah, I think because of that, I just decided that it had to be TR or I just lose, and it was there.
Yeah, you and MM2 on whole made about the same checks as each other, just at different times.
In my opinion, waiting before going into Norfair was the right call because it was only one chance over three that you could go into Meyer, so I didn't want to do the lava dive twice. So that's why I waited till almost last location, and when I found space.
Gotcha. And was there anything else about your routing you felt particularly good or bad about?
Maybe not routing, but my Link to the Past boss fight. I don't know what happened to me today, but I think they were pretty good. Except maybe Mud, but it was maybe the RNG's fault. But I'm very happy with my boss fight today.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we do have a question from chat. What was your Zelda sprite?
Ryu from Street Fighter.
We were. Vinny said that in chat a ways back. I thought it looked like Pit from Kid Icarus, and we are also joined by MM2.
Yo, GG Farfaloo.
Hey, GG.
Yeah, it looks like MM2 ended with a double and a single, and his racetime.gg time will be 2:33:41.
Did you do pod?
No, I went straight to TR after our Norfair because I was feeling behind. I waited so long before doing that just because
Nice.
I didn't feel like going to Meyer because it was only one chance over three, so that's why I waited so long. So I found Ice Beam, and I see on tracker you have it, but I reset mine.
Yeah, I had ice. It was at plasma. So I think the difference is I did Shack Plasma, front all of pod except Helma. I assume you did Croc.
Yeah, I did
a bunch of Overworld before TR that I also did.
Yeah, by the way, I did Plasma Shack. I just reset to go back to the ship and do the speed checks.
Makes sense. Okay, I take that back then.
Were you sweating having both attempted and failed Indiana Jones with the grapple beam?
No, I just decided that if that was the answer, then it was nothing. Then I was going to lose by 20 minutes, and that was just how it's going to be.
That's funny. I did the same. It was so bad. My attempt, I
Nice.
just left.
What I wanted to do was do Lower Norfair, and then do Indiana Jones afterward. But then I found stuff that made everything else more appealing. And also at the end of my game, Indiana Jones was a 33% chance to be space jump because of how the logic worked out. Because it was either there or was it Waterway or Zone Zora, and I was like, well, I'm not checking something that has a flat 33% chance to be one item that isn't something I need. So
Yeah,
it was
space
just
was a
very dead.
waterway.
Okay,
no. Like that, but I did a very dumb mistake there because when I found space, I reset because I knew now Lower Norfair was in logic. Then on my way to go to Rizzo, I was so stressing. Oh man, what if progression is the wrong side? And yeah, Bo, at least Bo was the right side, so I was fine with
yeah.
Oh god,
space.
yeah. If Bo had been Showcase Showdown, oh my god.
Oh, that
Yeah,
would
at
have
least
been pretty epic.
I know where it was, but yeah, I would have to make the trip again.
Yeah, you have to go there. But I mean, yeah, if Bo is a GT missile, I mean, I know there are 3 locations where space can be, so I just have to go to them and find my space. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I basically played the seed really full clearish, and then I went to the wrong places first. But that's just how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, it just shakes out like that sometimes.
Yeah. I am curious what Nitro did, because based on my knowledge of him, he very likely hit a better route than either of us. Because he beat me by 3 minutes.
3.5. But actually,
Yeah.
I didn't even know he played Link to the Past.
Oh yeah, also I died again twice. That was pretty epic.
Yeah, that sucked.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
MM2, anything about your routing you were particularly happy with or not happy with?
I don't know. I feel like when you're doing Meridia from the back, it feels great until you get to Aqueduct, and then you realize that everything sucks from here, and it sucked.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But that's just how it goes. I don't know. I feel like I played solid. Doing Croc was likely a mistake in my position because I was hell running Bubble Mountain because I wanted to potentially spike something to make Meridia suck less, or to give me another option that wasn't Meridia. But I had Hammer. I should have just gone back through Cathedral and then done Croc later or never. But that was
as I recall,
mistake.
Croc didn't have anything.
Yeah, it didn't. But I mean, it's not whether it has anything or it's just like, what is it good to do this versus the other stuff you have? At least in my opinion. But yeah. Anyways, I don't know. I feel like I routed solid and played fairly okay, except for being completely terrible at the game after I got past like Torches 2. So
yeah, you
and
both
also I
wound up
missed baby
making
stuff.
about the same checks. Well, about the
Yeah.
same overworld. Yeah, the dungeons were different. The overworld was about the same.
That's
Yeah.
interesting because I also did the hell runs. But in my opinion, going back to do Croc was better just because I had one E-Tank, and just for the refill, I decided to do Croc.
Oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. I did speed last. Like I did Norfair Reserve, did Wave with a Crystal Flash in there, and then I did speed at the end, so I had a full farm. So I could have just gone to Pre-Cathedral, well, gone back.
Yeah,
to
but it's
Cathedral
slow.
like a
I
normal
also
person.
finished with speed, but it's just slow. I decided to take the refill.
Yeah, well, I farmed to full. Well, no, I didn't farm to full. I farmed to like 3 tanks, but I could have farmed to full, and it would have been fine. And I just didn't because that's the way I like to live my life, I guess.
All right, and second question I like to ask: letter grade scale. How much fun did you guys have with this one?
I don't know. I got to hover spec rock, and that was pretty cool. And then I had an epic fail on the Meyer hover and also the Moldorm 2 hover, but that was just me being incompetent. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it was fine until until last locating Norfair, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I was never gonna like last locate Lone Norfair because I knew speed was gonna be out there somewhere, but it was gonna be better to go for the density rather than hunt down space, just in case. What if it's Mitts or Flu? I don't know. You're probably still gonna do Lower Norfair anyways, just because it's Lower Norfair and you don't have that much left, even though it's a pendant. But pendants and SM suck.
Yeah, I knew, but I mean, I just wanted to wait to at least have two medallion, but they never showed up. Actually, everything was behind Quake, so I was fine. I just
Yeah.
didn't know.
Yeah, that is how it goes, though. But yeah, GG's. I had fun. And yeah, I hope to see you all in the tournament.
Yeah,
Alrighty,
same.
closing
Can't
words?
wait for the tournament. Thanks for speed gaming.
All right, closing words from either of you?
Pretty much it, I think. So yeah, GG's. Thanks to both of y'all for commentary and Nita for tracking.
Alrighty. Well, we'll see you guys possibly on Sunday or Monday then. And with that, we are ready to wrap it up for the night. No one else has finished since MM2 came in third. Follow the runners, follow the commentary, and come out on Sunday.